What's something you wish you started doing earlier in life? Taking my health more seriously. Specifically quitting smoking and making it stick. I am now 5 years nicotine-free. But that's after 33 years of smoking. Brushing my teeth. No one made me when I was too little to care, and by the time I wanted to do it for me the damage was done. Getting up when the alarm goes off instead of hitting snooze. Being myself more. I remember I constantly changing my personality based on the friends I was hanging out with, which made me very unhappy. But now that I started being myself around people that actually like me has made much more accepting of myself. Not worrying about having lots of friends. In my younger years I tried to be friends with too many people at once and didn't have any solid friendships. Having a few really close friends is far better than many wishy-washy friends. Being honest with the people around me. And not lying to myself about who I am. Telling MFS no. Getting up early and just doing what needs to be done in a day instead of putting it off forever. Update. I've been how I do this or how I got started. Honestly, I got started by getting up early for work. Slowly it became my new norm to get up at 7 a.m. on my days off. The getting things done part was trickier. I guess I started by doing small things like cleaning or doing errands right away. Like if I was washing clothes, I wouldn't let them sit in the dryer. I would take them out right away and hang them up. Eventually it just became a routine and part of my life. Working out what I wanted to do with my life. Redding. It's like being able to steal years of people's life experiences in just a few days without having to go through any of the bullshit. Learn about finances. Loving myself. Wearing sunscreen every time I go out. Exercising. Could have avoided so much joint and back pain. Asthma and self-confidence issues if I started years earlier. Workout. Taking care of my teeth. I didn't take my dental health seriously when I was young, and now I need a decent amount of work done that will likely cost me a lot of money. Playing piano and guitar. Yoga made me a much fitter, more confident, and happy person. Exercising and proper eating habits. I'm 3 months away from 30. And almost 300 pounds. The time is now. Accepting myself and not tying who I am to other people's perceptions. It took me so long to accept my brain and my neurology. Much less be proud of it like I am now. It really screwed up my self-esteem when I was little, and I didn't really get out of that until high school. Thinking. Sometimes you just have to stop for a while and think. You will be seeing a lot more. Buying Apple stock in 2002. Saying yes more often. Once I started doing it, I began realizing how much fun, great stuff I had avoided because of prejudices or lack of goodwill. Taking my diet seriously. Not long before my 25th birthday I had high blood pressure. Insulin resistance. From PCOS apparently. Popping joints. Fatigue. Permanent discoloration from obesity. Chub rub. Sleep apnea. The past 3 months I've lost 15 out of the 150 I need to lose. So the road ahead is long. I just want to be hot. And alive. While I'm still in my 20s. LMAO. Have friends. Spend time with people. Social interactions. Eating food with more spice, thus trying foods from other cultures. For years the spiciest food I ate had only salt and pepper, and I missed out on so many other foods from so many other cultures. Saving money. Still so angry at teenage me for buying all that crap when I could have been building a nice pot up without even having to sacrifice too much disposable income. Which was most of my income at that age. Listening to radio, podcast, audiobooks. Quitting my old job to find something better. I'm a person of habit, and I stayed there because it was stable, and I was afraid of losing that if I tried to find another job. I dropped an application at another company with my years of experience listed right on the front. My phone blew up the next day. They wanted to hire me on the spot. Offered me double what I was currently making. I nearly had a heart attack. It's been almost a year now and I couldn't be happier. Saving for retirement. It's always said and mostly ignored until you get older and realize you've made a grave mistake. To compare, if you started saving just $200 a month at 18 to retire at 65, you would end up with approximately $330. At a low rate of return. If you waited just 10 more years to start saving the same amount, and started saving $200 a month at age 28, you would only have $200. Your best friend for saving for retirement is time. Even if you are only saving $50 a month at 18. It is still vastly better than saving $200 a month if you've waited too long to start. Edit. I feel compelled to add this since most of you are focusing on the dollar amount and not the point. The point is, start saving sooner rather than later. Forget the $200, save what you can. The dollar amount does not matter. Just save something, ideally 10% of your paycheck. But that's not possible for many. So something, even if it's only $10. Anything. Learning a second language. My dad's side of the family are from France and came over to the UK during WW2. My nan wanted to teach me French when I was younger, but being a stupid kid I just wanted to play PlayStation and never bothered. It is the one regret I have in life. Now she is no longer here, I am teaching myself. I would highly recommend learning a second language for any reason, even just as a way to pass time on a train with Duolingo. Watching movies. I have always been a reader and watched movies very rarely, but due to lockdown I was looking for some movie recommendations and made a list of movies my favorite writers liked. Watched every movie by Fellini and Chaplin, and now it feels like falling in love. I have literally watched a movie a day last month. Waking up early in the mornings. 5-ish. I really struggle in the mornings, so waking up early and going for a walk lets me get through the shit before I start working. Took me a few months to adjust though. Self-care. Investing. Put 10% of every paycheck into stocks, bonds, Roth IRA, etc. I never did and ended up getting a military retirement instead. I would have been so much better off if I had invested right out of high school and just kept doing it. Spent more time with my mom while I could. And my dad, I suppose. But feel that regret less. Ignore my parents. Turns out narcissistic parents that raise you under a rock to believe they have the best intentions for you is a complete lie. If I had ignored them, I would have started saving up money at 14 years old. Latest. And moved out at 18. Painting and building miniatures. My granddad used to build trains and railway miniatures. Wish I managed to show him some of my miniatures I have painted and learned from him. Meditating. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I have rolled with kids 20 years younger than me and get absolutely destroyed. No matter what age or body weight you are. BJJ is an excellent skill to have. You basically will dominate 90% of newcomers with just a little practice. Learning about other cultures and other languages. It opens your perspective exponentially. Not giving a fuck. Shutting TF up. Cutting of my narcissistic father earlier. He is 92 years old and in hospice and treats the entire family like his own personal emotional punching bag. No one will miss him when he is dead. Eating healthy and exercising. I'm 40 and have all sorts of issues due to an extremely poor diet as a child. Don't be like me. Start now. It's easier than you realize. Cooking. Stop working for the family company because there's no money in it for me. My dad just used me as free labor and has zero gratitude for it anyway. Preparing seriously for my college applications. Stopping and just thinking that in the grand scheme of the universe we are nothing, but for the people around us we are everything. For me, the one I could have started earlier is drinking enough water. I cut out soda in my first year of high school. But I didn't really replace it with anything. All throughout high school and up until I actually graduated from undergrad. I would proudly say, I'm like a cactus. I just don't need that much water. Well, I finally started drinking the proper amount of water just to try it. I felt amazing. My chronic headaches were basically gone. I had energy. My skin looked great. It's been maybe 3 years since then. And I've been drinking tons of water ever since. I can't believe how many terrible headaches I could have avoided by just drinking more water. My siblings roll their eyes at me. But they get chronic headaches too. So I always tell them to drink more water. They don't listen at all though. Only time will tell. So I hope they figure it out like I did. Learning how to manage my finances. Through my 20s, I wasn't a mindful spender. And racked up some debt. $20,000. I wasn't able to pay it off because I was at a low-paying apprenticeship. But I finally paid off my last credit card last week. Now I'm planning on saving for the real estate market correction and pick up some properties. Standing up for myself. It would have made my home life a lot more tolerable. I wish I planted more trees last 8 years. Have better discipline. Motivation comes and go, but good discipline will get you through those low points. I am a terrible procrastinator. And just wish I had better discipline. Go to the dentist. When I was 18, my parents offered to put me on their dental plan. But at the time I was thinking about how much as a kid I hated going to the dentist, so I declined. Thinking I would finally be free from that. Thought I'd just brush my teeth every day and it'd be fine. This is not correct. 10+ years later I noticed I definitely had some kind of tooth decay, so finally bit the bullet and went to a dental place that was offering an evaluation and teeth cleaning for $99. My chickens have come home to roost. Looking at me smile, you probably wouldn't think anything was wrong, but apparently my teeth are fucked up to the tune of $10,000 to fix, including 2 tooth extractions, so even after I spend that I'll still be meth mouth in my 30s. Learning when to speak to HR. And learning all the laws and regulations in the workforce. Also learning that unlawfully firing somebody is a thing and you can do something about it. Drawing. I stopped drawing when I was very young. Because people tell me it wouldn't get me anywhere. I only picked it up again when I started high school, just to stop again after a few years because people told me it was pointless. I started drawing again last year and I hope to keep it up. I'd like to become an illustrator.